Please, just talk. Do something. Make a contribution. Do something, god damn it. Fucking speak!
Love and leg drops, bitches.
Peace, love, and leg drops.
Peace, love, and leg drops.
Peace, love, and leg drops. We love to crop. We love to crop. Peace, love, and leg drops.
Peace, love, and leg drops.
Fuck you.
After Party Hangover.
Welcome to the After Party Hangover. I'm your host, Mangria Fueled, and this is the show that talks about a show that talks about a show. Today's guest is at a longtime presence in the Instagram questions. He's a multiple-time hashtag champion. Jake loves his salads. It's Julius _Caesar. What's going on, my man?
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for having me on.
No problem. So we'll get started here. Go ahead and explain your Instagram name to the listeners.
All right, so back in high school, I got a nickname, C's. So obviously I went by that for like so long. So when Instagram came around, you know, you want to make a handle. Just didn't want to use my name. So I kept trying to use like ways to put C's in the words.
Yeah.
And then one late night I was in a, you know, like a Google spiral, and I saw a thing with Julius Caesar. Thought it made sense.
Sweet, man. So when did you start watching wrestling? What's the origin story of your interest in this professional wrestling world?
Well, my cousin got me into it pretty early, like way back in the day. He was a big Ultimate Warrior fan and a big Sting fan.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, yeah, when I was real young, I started watching it. And then, you know, back when I was like 11 or 12, I would watch, you know, not just watching when he was watching, but like at home. And this was way back in the day, but I became a big Bret Hart fan. And yeah, then I've been just watching it constantly, week after week.
Did you start with WWF, or did you bounce back and forth between WCW and WWF because of Sting and all that?
Yeah, I bounced back at first, and then I kind of just watched WWF for a while. And then, you know, once or twice when I see WCW was on, I would, you know, turn it on and watch also. But yeah, it wasn't until like I was about 14 or 15. That's when I watched like both constantly.
So you're a post Hulkamania watcher, right? So you weren't really a Hulkamaniac?
No, funny story. I didn't even like Hulk until he became heel and started the NWO because I could boo him. But then when he was doing heel shit, I would like it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
that was
always more entertaining. Heel Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
How did you discover the Steel Real After Party podcast?
Well, I followed Steel Real to Us on Facebook. I thought the wrestling memes were hilarious. I didn't really get into Steel Real Radio. But when the After Party showed up, and I was like, oh, man, is this like the same guys or maybe it's something new? I got into that, and I started listening to the pod. And then, you know, episodes and episodes later, I would fucking laugh. And then, started just writing in on Instagram.
How do you listen, or when do you listen to the weekly show? What is your favorite segment of the Steel Real After Party? Do you have like the Fuji movie or
honestly, I like
Chop Shop?
I like the ratings and the Chop Shop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, I like watching something and then seeing what other people are going to rate it also. But yeah, just with Chop Shop, because me and my friends do stupid stuff like that. Like when we get hyped up to go out somewhere, we're watching wrestling, we giving each other a chop or two when we're drunk, like some idiots. And it's just funny to listen to people take chops and like scream in pain for some reason. That's not me for some reason.
Does Jake ever stump you with the trivia? Because he has stumped me multiple times.
Yeah, actually, yeah. He stumps me with the trivia quite a bit. I'm like, yo, where the fuck did he find this question?
I know.
I would have no idea where to even begin with that question. So yeah, I get stumped quite a bit, and I like that as well.
So you started out liking Bret Hart and Sting and bouncing back between the Attitude Era. Did you have a favorite theme song from then or of all time?
Favorite theme song? Not really a theme song, but you know, just like everybody else, like when certain wrestlers came out, when you weren't expecting them to. That was always probably like,
the surprise run-ins.
yeah, like
right?
I love a good run-in when they play the music and the guy comes right out. It's not like it's 20 seconds later, so you can like do, but like right when the guy's running out and then the music plays, like those are probably like favorites of mine.
Nice. Do you have a favorite superstar? Was Bret Hart your favorite of all time?
He's up there. And then like when I started watching faithfully, like, in my teens, everybody's favorite, Rock, Stone Cold, Ric Flair, all those guys, man, like all the legends pretty much today, like they were all like guys I watched. I really didn't get into buying t-shirts or merch a lot. But I don't really have like a favorite overall time. I would say like by definition, like I'd kind of break it up by ring work or by promos or by big time matches, then I would split it up that way.
That's kind of interesting that you didn't buy the wrestling shirts. Is it because of the stigma of the wrestling fan, or were you just were you a closeted WWE fan back in the day and you didn't want to get made fun of, or what?
Yeah, it was funny because like I didn't know how many people I went to school with actually watched wrestling, and I felt like I was like the only like super big WWE fan for like the longest time. And sometimes you just didn't want to deal with the stigmata of people asking you like, "Oh man, you still watch wrestling and whatnot," and all that other crap.
True story. That's how I got my first girlfriend.
Nice.
I was wearing the Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt, and she said, "Oh, you like Stone Cold? Me too." And then 8 years of horrible relationship after, and I had to get another girlfriend.
Nice. Actually, sometimes even in school, like you can't wear Stone Cold shirts when I was in high school because it said hell on them all the time. And
oh wow!
So the principal would be like, you can't wear that. It's like profanity, and the Rock shirt would say whoop ass, and all. DX shirts say suck it, and so you just couldn't wear them at school. So I was like, well, if I can't wear it, and this is the place I go to most of the time, like I'm not gonna buy it. So
yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Did you have a favorite match of all time, like a match that you would show other people to try and get them into wrestling?
Oh yeah, definitely. Houston, we have a problem. Rock, Stone Cold, like.
Oh shit!
It was always a classic. Like I remember because I'm old school where shit would come back on VHS back in the day, and like like me and my friends like went out and bought that WrestleMania tape, and just watch the whole show, but definitely watch that match to anybody. Like we would like get drunk and pull up the network and just watch that match.
I believe it was Sam, that wrestling guy, who said that was his favorite match as well. The build to that match was epic, and they don't really have that many builds like that with the history and the music package that they put together for that. Right. But that was an incredible match. Yeah, great choice.
Yeah, everything about it, like the weeks leading up, the My Way song, the vignette, like everything was perfect.
And it was two faces at the prime of their career fighting each other.
Right at the top.
That was like a Hogan Warrior moment from WrestleMania 6, like duplicated. Yeah. It was kind of badass.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite gimmick match? Because there's like about 30 of them.
Yeah. I would say my favorite pay-per-view to watch is always the Rumble.
Oh, okay.
Just to see a great ladder match. I love to see great ladder matches. I mean, TLC gets kind of crazy out of control, but like a great ladder match is always fun. But yeah, I would say my favorite pay-per-view or favorite gimmick like that would be the Rumble.
Have you ever attended the Royal Rumble?
I have not. It's on my bucket list to do.
How many live events have you attended?
I attend every one that comes to my city. I'm in the East Coast in Virginia. So like SmackDown comes a lot. And we had a few NXT back when Bobby Roode and Cedric Alexander was down there. We had a few of them that came through. And so for some reason, every year near my birthday, Extreme Rules is on the East Coast. So I've been there the last 2 years.
Oh, that's badass, dude. Yeah. And the crowds, I'm on the West Coast, so the crowds over here are pretty much mainly Hispanic, and they're loud, they're cool. But how are the East Coast crowds like when you attend live events? Are they into it?
Oh yeah, they're very much into it, man. And like it's lucky enough I keep getting sit by people who are just as much as marks as me, so they're yelling at stuff during the matches, and we kind of all have the same general idea. We like who we like, we hate who we hate.
Do you bring signs?
Yeah. I brought signs before. Me and like 4 of my friends during the peak of like, the watch out, watch out, watch out things on Facebook with Randy Orton,
Yeah.
RKOing people when it was like, fake or whatever.
Oh yeah.
We-
That went viral. That was fucking funny, dude.
Me and 4 of my friends bought a watch out, watch out, watch out sign. Him like RKOing somebody.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Growing up, did you play any of the WWE video games?
Oh yeah, man. I played a bunch of them. My friend still has like the N64 ones, and I go over there maybe
Legendary.
and play them like constantly.
Did you have a go-to character?
No, man. Like we got so good at it. Like when we'd invite people over, we would just hit random, and we let other people
awesome,
pick the characters. Yeah.
Damn. Well, if we put you, we are gonna put you in the After Party Pro Wrestling. What moveset do you want? Like, who's your favorite? Who has your favorite finishers?
A favorite finisher. It was funny enough back when we had our own wrestling league. Like, who didn't?
Yeah, exactly.
Who didn't have a couple of trampolines and a deck to jump off of and some ladders?
You just hit a rock bottom in a pool or whatever.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I did always use the stroke with Jeff Jarrett or the skull
shit.
as my finisher. So I did always like that move as well. I'm a pretty big guy, so it was easy to lift up people, and so any kind of powerhouse set, it was really fine with me. But yeah, I always liked the stroke. I always like the forward-facing Russian leg sweeper as my finisher.
What was the second one you said?
I was like any power moves like power bombs. I was always throwing people a good power bomb or the Jericho double power bomb. I love that move.
Shit. Damn, you could double power bomb people?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's awesome, man. I guess the "don't try this at home" didn't resonate with us. Anytime they put that graphic. Yeah, every time they put that graphic up of "do not try this at home," it just makes everybody want to do it more.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Like
everyone just pushes back on it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, Julius, I'm going to get your decision on the next round of the finishing move Crumb-Offs. You get to decide between Seth Rollins, the stomp, the curb stomp, winning him multiple championships, versus the Honky Tonk Man and his shake, rattle, and roll.
Awesome.
It's a snap neck breaker that, gave him a year-long Intercontinental Championship reign versus probably one of the most popular moves to date. What say you?
Man. So I really want to put over my man Honky Tonk, but I mean, when you have a finisher that you got banned because they were afraid kids were going to do it.
Exactly.
And then you had to like figure something else out and come back. I'm going to have to pick the stomp. Yeah, I'm just going to have to do it. I'm going to have to.
Like you said, the stomp was banned. He went and switched to the pedigree. And as soon as he brought back the stomp, like everyone went, "Oh my God, is he bringing it back? He brought it back."
Yeah. I mean, everybody marked out when he brought it back that first time when he came back with it. So I got to pick it.
If a move can generate a reaction like that from the audience for coming back, it has to win. Sorry, Honky Tonk.
Yeah, I mean, year-long reign is nothing to sneeze at, but
exactly. He put up a good fight. It's fine. Seth Rollins wins. He's the Beast Slayer. Come on now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, let me reach into my bag of Instagram questions. Which, by the way, I did look back through the history, and you started asking in November of last year, so you are a Instagram question veteran. But here is the one I got for you. Okay. You wake up in the Cave of Wonders, a.k.a. Naya's Chili Hole.
Oh, yeah.
You come across a rusty-looking lamp. You rub said lamp. All of a sudden, a genie pops out. You think to yourself, "Holy shit, I get to meet Will Smith. I love that dude. Fresh Prince was my jam, yo." However, it's Carlton from Fresh Prince instead. Carlton Genie does his bouncy dance and says, "You only get one choice. I can add 1 inch of girth and length to your wang, but I take your eyesight away. Or You can have front row seats to any wrestling event for the rest of your life, but I castrate you. Which do you choose? Hashtag Linda's Bush equals ratings.
Well, let's see. I already wear glasses, so I'm halfway blind. So, I mean, penis thing is sounding kind of great, but tickets to any show,
Front row seats for the rest of your life.
the rest of my life,
Yep. But you got no junk, so I don't know. It's a tough call.
junk. Well, I mean, if I'm front row every single thing, obviously I'm going to get on TV, and people think I'm some wrestling nerd with no life anyway. So I'm not going to get them.
Like that dude in the green shirt.
Yeah, just think of that. He's not banging anything unless he's super rich. You know what? I'm gonna take the tickets, man. I'm gonna take the tickets.
Oh, the ticket.
I'm gonna take the tickets. I've lived a good life. It's been a long run. I'm gonna take the tickets.
Julius goes wienerless for front row WrestleMania seats.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome, man. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go over Steel Real After Party episode 91, SRAP season 2 premiere. Okay, we start out with Zanka's weekend story of crashing weddings. Have you ever crashed a wedding, or how many weddings have you attended?
I've attended a lot. Actually, I've had 5 this year. But
damn.
Yeah, a friend of mine who I watch wrestling with whenever there's pay-per-views and stuff, we always link up. Friend of mine from high school, actually. Yeah, we've actually crashed a wedding. Like it was like one of the botanical gardens around here. There was like 3 weddings going on, and a friend of ours was getting married, and another wedding just like happened to pull up, and they started their reception, and we literally like walked in, and they had like an open bar, so we hung out at the bar. And
oh shit! In true Vince Vaughn style, did you hook up with any of the chicks from the other wedding?
I did not. We did not. We were too busy laughing at being ignorant that we were actually crashing a wedding and just drinking up all their booze.
Well, like Zanka said, if you blend in, no one's gonna ask shit.
Yeah, no one's gonna ask.
Why not? You know,
we were just hanging out, getting drunk, and we were already pretty smacked from our friend's wedding. So
was the music good?
Music was pretty good. They had a live band. It was awesome.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, should have got out there on the dance floor and tried to, but hey, you know, you're just living in the moment.
That's awesome, man. Then Zanka said a line that made me laugh out loud at work. He said, the segment with Hogan and Flair on Raw was a tornado of Alzheimer's. That was fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, man. I don't know where Flair was going with his promo. It was like a hot mic, and my man was just all over the place. And
you know, I think everyone was nervous about that, even in the back, because like they said, they cut him off before he can even say anything about Randy Orton.
Yeah. He was just like, Randy just came out there, like Miz was just looking. I don't know if he was looking like this is a awesome shit show to have on live TV, or if he was like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm just out here.
I bet you he was enjoying it, but he was probably a little nervous as well. But you know, they trust Miz can hold down the show, so they let him go.
Yeah.
It's weird how Flair keeps appearing, even though he's tangled up in this lawsuit about the man stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you think about that? What do you think about the Flair trying to trademark that?
When I saw it, I literally had to pull over and laugh for like 10 minutes. I was like, yo, is he just like wilding out? Does he just not care anymore? Like, is he not showing up on TV? Is he never going to see Charlotte again? He's just like, whatever.
The older he gets, the more of a fuck he doesn't give anymore. I mean, why doesn't WWE just cut him a check for like $100,000 and say, here, go away?
Yeah. Just show up when we call you.
Because if he keeps doing crazy kooky shit like this, he's just gonna tarnish his relationship with the WWE, and who knows what that means for Charlotte.
Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? But I thought it was hilarious. I mean, it's great. Why not? Just why not?
For weeks, probably months, we've been hearing Zanka say, whoever beats up Dominic, he's going to be their biggest fan. He said that about Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
He said he would buy all of Cesaro's merchandise if that happened. And then the miracle on Monday, Brock beat the shit out of Dominic. And the first person I thought of when that happened was Zanka.
Yeah. So when he gave him that look in the crowd, I was like, look, I know the kid's like in training, and I know he's taking bumps, but I was like, taking bumps and taking bumps from Brock are two fucking different things.
It's like they took his training to 10 when it should be at a 3.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you want to be about this life, kid? It's not.
Jeez, I wonder if Brock like shook his hand afterward and being like, "Hey, kid, you took a good beating."
Yeah, good shit. Way to take them.
Yeah, that's such good shit.
Good shit.
It's funny because then you listen to the podcast and Zanka with pure joy says, "You know the feeling right before you have sex for the first time, where it's a little bit of anxiety, but everything else is ecstasy." I was laughing. I was like, I knew he popped for that.
I was expecting him to say, man, I had a rock hard chubby like the whole time it was happening. I expect him to say it. I expect him to say it. Like, I was like my son that night. I took my pants off, my dick's
He went out and peed all over the backyard.
pissed everywhere, all over the backyard, bought 18 Brock shirts.
Well, they did make some SmackDown predictions, and Julius, we're at an advantage here. I think for the only time in the history of the After Party Hangover, we get to say our thoughts about shows before them because they record on Wednesdays, and this was an amazing week of wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
What was your favorite show overall? There was Raw, NXT, AEW, then SmackDown last night.
So I recorded AEW. I have not watched it yet.
Okay.
I was watching NXT at work, and I thought NXT put on a phenomenal show. I thought it was.
Oh, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah,
we'll definitely get into it.
Then I did watch SmackDown. I watched like half of it last night, half of it this morning, just in case you wanted to talk about it. I thought SmackDown was a pretty good show. I thought they kind of did Kofi a little wrong. Like it was like 5 seconds. It was like, I get it.
Was that them rushing? They're like, we only have 10 minutes left. Hurry.
Yeah, I think it was because they wanted to bring out Kane.
Yeah.
So I thought I was like, yo, that's kind of dirty. But then I get it. Like Kane came in and like was dominating Brock. So it's like, even though Brock just dominated somebody, he gets dominated, but still it doesn't know.
Did you pop for it?
So what?
Did you pop for it?
I'll pop for it. I was like, what the fuck is Rey Mysterio gonna do? And I was like, at first I was like, well, Rey's too late. He should have came in with like a chair and DQ'd Brock so Kofi could keep his title. But then I was like, all right, Kofi lost, cool. And then Rey came out and then Kane came out. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this is like some real life shit. I was like, is Brock gonna like stick to script, or is he gonna like be like, fuck this guy and actually try?
They have to be on good terms, but I mean, Cain Velasquez, the man who beat Brock Lesnar in UFC, I had no fucking idea he was coming out. I know he's been wrestling in AAA in Mexico, like training and stuff, but I had no fucking clue this guy was gonna come out. And I had the same look Brock had on his face. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, so I was kind of excited, but then I was like, isn't like the show over? Like, what the fuck are they gonna do in like this short amount of time? But I was like, yeah, I want to see these dudes get after it if they're gonna get after it. But we still got Hell in a Cell. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna like do something with that or.
Kofi needs a rematch. He needs to at least show some offense in a match.
Right. Yeah.
They did a WWE.com exclusive interview with Kofi after SmackDown went off the air, and he just looked so sad.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to like hold it together and give a good explanation, but I think everyone felt bad for Kofi.
Yeah.
He did have an amazing title run though. You got to give him that.
Oh yeah, no, it was a great run. Like, yeah, he had the title since Mania. It was a great first run. Like, I thought they were going to pull the trigger with the first Randy Orton match, and they let him keep having it. So I was like, yo, this is awesome. I was like, let him get his title run.
As long as we get to see Kofi and Brock fight one more time, I think it'll be okay because he needs an actual match.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Just to be fair. Okay, let's go ahead and cover NXT. Alrighty, we're here to talk about NXT October 2nd, 2019. This is their first time going up against AEW, and I gotta say, NXT. I'm a dedicated NXT mark now because this show, it blew my fucking balls off. I loved it. They kicked it off with a dramatic video package open about NXT,
Mhm.
and then smash cut to Morrow telling all of us that the first 30 minutes are commercial free.
Right.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Keeping all of us on, the NXT because it's obviously they were counter programming AEW.
Mhm.
They kicked off Matt Riddle versus Adam Cole for the NXT Championship matchup. Wow,
Yeah.
this was full of action. I mean, these two are really showing why they're the top of the NXT mountain.
Oh yeah.
Riddle's just the strength and the submissions, and Adam Cole with his underhand tactics and impressive grappling. What did you think about this match?
Oh man, this match was like honestly, that shit was like a takeover. It was a takeover level match on TV.
Yes.
You're basically giving away free money. That's what me and my friends call when it's a pay-per-view match on TV. You're giving away free money. That match was everything I needed it to be. How's Adam Cole going to deal with the hand issue? How's he going to deal with Matt Riddle's strength? Because Matt Riddle's also quick, so it's not like Adam Cole can seriously be that much faster than him. But is he going to try to out wrestle him with his experience over Matt Riddle being new?
Even with Adam Cole not being 100%, he still put on a hell of a fucking match. I mean, Adam Cole countered a fireman's carry into a backstabber.
Yeah.
That was fucking sweet, dude. Just counter after counter. It reminded me of Kurt Angle and Benoit's matches where they would counter each other just nonstop.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was just so good. The false finishes were great, as they always are. And then, lo and behold, at the end of the match, hits him with the cast. Bam, last shot. And then even in his interview afterward, he's I didn't beat him with the cast. I beat him with the last shot. Did you not see it? Perfect execution by Adam Cole.
A little strange to me, but because Riddle hit Cole with a GTS, a power bomb,
knee strike,
a knee to the face, and then a floating bro. He did a 4-chain combination finisher. Cole kicks out, but at the end of the match, after 20 minutes, Adam Cole hits Riddle with the cast, and then the last shot, and then wins. I was like, how hard is that cast? Is it made of steel?
Yeah, I mean, I get it, and I get it. You want to protect finishers with your champion, but yeah, that 4-strike combo should be a finisher in any other match.
If it was on the main roster, nobody would kick out of that, not even Taker.
It's too mean of a chain of events.
Exactly.
Sometimes I would think with that big of a move, you should hit it earlier and not later in the match because you've been wrestling for a while. Like a thing like that should finish you. But if it's early in the match and you're a big superstar, then there's a way for you to come back and then overcome it.
That's true. And then when Riddle leaves, the man Finn Balor returns and shocks the NXT world as he says Finn Balor is now NXT.
Oh, I popped so hard for this.
The greatest NXT champion of all time facing the current NXT champion. Are you excited to see this match?
Yes, sir. The 100%, 110%. Actually, when they Still Real dropped a meme when Finn came back, and so I was watching it at work, and I had 80% of the people watching it with me. They were like, "Man, I haven't watched WWE in a long while. This is getting good."
Oh shit!
Some girl was like, "What is this going on?" And it's right when Finn Balor came back, and I wrote "Man, I almost had to slap a bitch at work."
She wasn't one of those girls that go, this is fake, right?
No, she didn't say it because I definitely would have slapped her if she
throw your chair at her.
Yeah, I'm like, what the bitch? We are watching TV. You shut your mouth. Finn Balor's on TV.
Finn Balor looked so comfortable.
Yeah.
He was back home. The audience was popping. Everything was just awesome. I did not expect Finn Balor to return. I thought he was going to come back as the Demon and take on the Fiend, but nope. We got some exciting NXT for you, Finn.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
Then they move on with the Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler preview. Then we get Velveteen Dream coming out, challenging Roddy Strong for a rematch for the North American Championship. Then we get the Cruiserweight Championship match set for next week. Drew Gulak versus Leo Rush. Are you excited? Are you going to watch?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch. I like last week when Leo Rush came back.
Yes.
I liked it when he came back. It was great. He looked great. Looks like he wants to wrestle again. Looks like he wants to be there. It was a great match. Drew Gulak, he's been having great matches. I can't really shit on him right now. So I'm looking forward to it being like a great. And I like how there's like, I think they're just trying to do this for AEW, but there's always like a championship match like every episode now. I'm not really mad at it. We'll see how it plays out, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I guess they rebranded the Cruiserweight Championship. Now it's the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Did you notice that?
Oh, I did not notice that. I didn't pay that close of attention. That's okay.
So, they're still having 205 Live though, but they're calling it the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, which I guess is good because the 205 Live crowds they're kind of sparse and it's not really a full house, and NXT like the Full Sail audience appreciates anything.
Mm-hmm.
And Leo Rush, I'm not familiar with his past, but man, is he impressive.
Yeah, like I had to, when he first came around, when he was on 205 Live before he linked up with Bob Lashley, I looked up his Instagram, YouTube, Googled some matches. I saw some cool stuff, and I was like, all right, this guy looks like he can go. So hopefully,
is that his actual name? Is his real name Leo Rush?
I don't know if his real name is. I just look up Leo Rush, and then like it's always been that way. So I think that's his wrestling name for as long as it's been. I don't think they changed it.
It's gonna be incredible, dude. This match, I bet you, is gonna steal the show next week.
Mm-hmm.
Then we move on to Io Shirai with really great attire, by the way. She looked pretty hot out there.
Oh yeah.
Versus Mia Yim, who I'm also not familiar with, but this match was incredible. There was no stakes, but they put on a hell of a match. Like you said, this was like a takeover. They put on a takeover quality match. I loved it. What'd you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I did see a few of Mia Kim in the second, women's title, the tournament that they had.
The Mae Young.
Yeah, the Mae Young. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. And ever since Io Shirai's like turned heel, like she's been better. Yeah, of course. Oh, heel. When the women are heel, they always look better. I don't get that. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just like heels, but
I think they love to bring out their inner bitch. Maybe that's
what it is. It's got to be what it is.
And we got to see Io flying all over the damn ring, and Mia Yim showing her great strength. Very competitive match. Io Shirai wins with a moonsault. I believe Io Shirai will be a future NXT Women's Champion, hopefully sooner rather than later.
No.
Then they smash cut to Kevin Nash and Scott Hall in the crowd. What the hell are these old dinosaurs doing there?
I know, right? I don't know, like what was going on. I guess they just wanted to see if they can just get all stars on every show or something, or be Hall of Famers on every show, or. Yeah.
Maybe they were just there for star power, and they were there to support Triple H and Shawn.
Yeah, maybe they were down there, like giving a class at NXT like this week, and they were just like, "Hey, you guys want to sit front row, be on TV? All right, yeah, I got nothing else to do."
Well, yeah, they are retired. Maybe they just live in Florida.
Yeah.
Then we see a Tegan Nox video package. I'm also not familiar with her work. Do you know anything about Tegan Nox?
I do not, but according to online, she's like crazy, crazy good. She's just been having she keeps blowing out her knees, and then magic.
The worst luck ever.
She's getting on a good roll, then blows out her knee, then got it fixed, came back, blew out the other knee. So now she's ready to come back. Supposed to be.
She's got that Triple H Kevin Nash bad knee luck.
Bad knee luck, man. But apparently she's phenomenal. So I'm just gonna wait for her to come back and see what she can mix it up with the ladies of NXT.
Then we start out with Johnny Gargano versus Shane Thorne of TM61.
Yeah.
I guess he's a singles competitor now. They had an incredible match as well.
Yeah.
Johnny Gargano is just the best. Shane Thorne was impressive. He sells well. I think he's got a bright future. Johnny Gargano, on the other hand, he's great and everything, but what is next for this guy? What do you think he's going to do now?
I don't know. It's kind of he's lost in the shuffle right now. It's he's not fighting for the North American title. He's not fighting for the NXT title. He wasn't on the first 2 weeks. It was kind of he was kind of one of the people I saw the most on commercials about NXT. And then he wasn't on the first 2 weeks. So it's kind of they were hey, go out there, get a win. We want to see what you can do with Shane Thorne, you know, because now he's by himself. So see if you can get a good match out of this kid. See if we can build him up this way. So I don't know. Maybe that's what they were doing. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll find out in a couple weeks. I mean, Ciampa.
And with Ciampa back, maybe they'll mix them up again. I mean, we've seen the match plenty of times, but I mean, they never disappoint.
Right, yeah. So like maybe it's a number one contenders thing. Maybe they have to go at it to see who fights Adam Cole next. Does Finn Balor just walk in and get a title shot? Or does he mix it up with those guys as well? Maybe a little triple threat.
Well, I believe the week before they debuted on USA, I guess Johnny Gargano was in the ring and he did the 4 Live for NXT. So kind of insinuating he's going to be there for life. But wouldn't that be a trip if he gets drafted to SmackDown next week?
Dude, oh my God. Yeah, I'm waiting for this draft as well, man, because I would be fucking weak if that happened. Just he's like, yeah, I'm for life or something. He wins a title shot Wednesday and then Friday, drafted to SmackDown. Get out of here, kid.
Shane Thorne hit an Akira Tawa bomb. I have never seen this move before, but it's basically a Batista bomb with one arm. That was impressive.
Yeah. So I don't know how he'd be able to do that with everybody because, you know, Johnny Gargano on the light side or at least the same size as him. But, I thought it was a dope move. I guess maybe Johnny just kicked out. I don't know if that's his finisher or not, but obviously if it isn't, it should be. But no, I thought that was awesome. Like I said, everything about the match felt great for like just having a match. It was great. It was top star.
Johnny hits the reverse Rana and then super kick for the pin. Like you said, I don't think Shane's going to be able to hit that power bomb on everyone. Can you imagine if he did it to Keith Lee? Then I'd be impressed.
That's going to take a lot of help from my man Keith Lee, but
yeah.
I did listen to you and Tryon's interview, and I thought the same way he thought about Keith Lee and Dominic Daka like matches. So you said you missed the first match where they hit like a Spanish fly from the top?
Yes, I only saw the match they had last week. I missed the first 2.
Yeah, like that Spanish fly was just as crazy as the as the Canadian Destroyer from the top as well. Like I thought these guys were trying to kill each other in the ring.
How is the ring not collapsing like it did for Big Show and fucking Braun?
They gotta rig it some way, man. Gotta be like you gotta hit it here with both of your weights at the same time in order to make it blow up.
Well, shit, they did it on a pay-per-view. They've done it on SmackDown. I think they did it on Raw. They got to do it on NXT at least once.
At least one time, yeah. I think the Raw one was where the ref was in the ring and he fell out to the outside. Like,
yes, he sold the shit out of that.
Yeah.
So up next, we get a promo for SmackDown, and then we have Candice LeRae, Tenacious C, versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. Shayna's just murdering everybody. Like, she has nobody left to fight anymore. She put on an incredible performance in this match, mainly dominant over Candice. Candice doing her Johnny Gargano impression, but she's a good wrestler. Mm-hmm. But I mean, come on, Shayna. There's no stopping Shayna now.
There is no stopping Shayna. I mean, like, and they've run through everybody who like could possibly stop her, unless they're gonna try to have some like weird AJ Page moment where some rookie gets lucky and takes the title off of her. You know what I'm saying? In a match somewhere. But like Shayna's just crushing everybody. Although I did think Candice had it when she kind of like reversed Shayna's finisher and put her in it. I was like,
there were dual Kirifuda clutches. They both applied them to each other. That was exciting.
Yeah.
Shayna did some creative offense. Did you see when she shoved Candice's arm in the stairs and then fucking kicked it?
Yeah.
That was brutal, man.
Yeah. I mean, Shayna's great. I don't care, right? Like, all her matches are good. She shows like so much brutality in a match, and that's what you want from like her type, like an MMA type who's coming into wrestling and dominating. Like,
and we gotta give it up to Candice too, because she hit that DDT to Shayna on the apron, and then proceeded to do 3 suicide dives.
Yeah.
She put up a hell of a fight, but you are correct. Shayna with the MMA background, and she just keeps getting better and better with every match. She is Mrs. NXT right now. I don't think anyone will stop her.
No, I mean, so that's the thing. Like, is she gonna get called up SmackDown? Like, does she like, take over for Bailey on SmackDown, or is she going to be like a credible threat to the man because she dominates everybody on her way up? Like,
well, I wouldn't be surprised if Shayna retires the title like Asuka had to. Remember?
Yeah.
They had to relinquish because nobody could beat them. But could you imagine an NXT Asuka versus Shayna?
Oh my God, that shit would be gold.
Asuka gets drafted to NXT. The next takeover, the main event should be Asuka versus Shayna.
Yeah. Instant classic. I'm talking about give them as much time as they want. That match would be fucking gold. I would.
Asuka would get her groove back.
Yeah. Definitely.
Then we get a promo for Kushida versus Walter next week. What are your thoughts on Kushida and Walter? Do you like them, or are you not impressed? Or what?
I like him. I see. I mean, Walter's just so huge.
Yeah,
He's just such a big dude, and he's just beating the shit out of everybody. But it's been great matches. I don't know how long they're gonna do with the British guys and the American TV, but I mean, I get it. You want to get them all.
Yeah, it's just pointing us, showing a spotlight on the other NXT brand as well, mixing with this NXT brand. Right.
Yeah. Especially if you're gonna have these guys on TV, and then you want to see them on TV. That way, you tune into the network. Get new people to buy the network. I like Kushida so far. I just maybe want to see him actually getting a couple more matches before, like, I don't know when the next takeover is anyway, and I don't know if like they'll be on the American takeover or will they be on the British takeover, but. So
it sounds like you're as unfamiliar with them as I am.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm not. Like I said last week, Kushida, he's cool looking, and I love Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about his past.
I've not seen any of his matches, so
I know Walter. He's a towering inferno. He's a big deal.
Yeah.
I've only seen his WWE stuff. I'm pretty sure it'll be a great match.
Yeah.
But then we move on to my second favorite NXT star.
Right.
If an NXT has Pete Dunne on it, I'm happy. It's a great episode. Pete Dunne versus Danny Burch.
Yeah.
Very hard hitting match. Of course, my eye was lingering over to Jessica Carr, Jessica Carr, the chunky white ref, because I don't know why I love her so much. But it was a hard hitting match. Pete Dunne, he wins, and then we get Mexican Baron Corbin.
Oh yeah.
Damian Priest to attack him after the match. Are you familiar with Damian at all?
I've seen a little bit, not a lot. So, but I am excited for this because it seemed like Pete Dunne was kind of like in that Johnny Gargano. He was like, going through the motions, like just having good matches, but nothing's really coming of it. He's not going for a title. He's not moving up. He's not moving down. And now,
he's in limbo mode.
Yeah, limbo mode. But now they got a feud, even though it's not for a belt or anything. But it's like the hot guy coming in. The guy coming in. He wants to like plant his flag. He wants to get his name out there. So why not use Pete Dunne? Long range.
Yeah, they're using him like a measuring stick, sort of. Kind of like how WWE uses Cesaro.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at it. Seems like it should be a great match. The crowd popped for it when he came in. So I think like the two will mix it up. It should be hopefully it'll be a great match. Maybe it leads to somewhere, or maybe one of them gets on a roll and it leads to somewhere. So yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Damian Priest looks very interesting, and it was kind of cool when he shot the arrow and the imaginary arrow hit the Titantron and his name appeared. That was
dope.
Cool.
That was dope.
Then the main event, the NXT Tag Team Championship match. We have Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish take on the Street Profits. Street Profits getting that crowd hyped, man. Did you see that crowd? They were all into it.
Nothing but red cups everywhere. I thought it was a dorm room party in like 06 or something. Like everybody was hyped. It was too fucking lit in there when they came out. And then obviously Undisputed Era never underdelivers. I mean, the match was great. It was worthy of a main event.
Takeover. This whole damn thing was takeover quality. Yeah. We got Montez Ford with his lanky agility, and we got Dawkins, the powerhouse, Kyle O'Reilly, the expert technician.
Yeah, buddy.
Incredible teamwork with Fish. You can tell they've been wrestling together for years.
Yeah.
They told a great story. Montez Ford selling big time.
Mhm.
That swanton he did over the turnbuckle to the outside. That
But-
crash landing was fucking impressive, dude.
Yeah. You can't say anything wrong about these guys. I don't think there's been a bad undisputed tag match ever on NXT
Exactly.
TV. No matter who they're with, they go. I mean, it's so good wrestling. So much good wrestling. Street Profits. I mean, I like the way Roddy came in to try to help out. So it's not like they lost clean, So there's still that argument they could have to like, do they get a rematch at a takeover if they're going to stay, or is there was that like their goodbye if they're going to get called up? Because the main roster, well, I don't know if you can call it the main roster anymore. They're all on TV, but Raw, SmackDown needs help with tag teams.
Definitely.
And these guys are awesome. So, I mean, but yeah, that match like just delivered. Like that whole show just delivered to me. So I'm waiting to watch AEW to see which of the shows I like better, which of the wrestling I thought was better, which of the promos I thought were better. I like to break it down, when I watch a whole show, but this NXT for me was like damn near a takeover on TV.
Then we get Adam Cole coming out to support the Undisputed Era, giving him an applause break. And then my favorite NXT person of all time comes out. I jumped up when I saw No One Will Survive. I was like, holy shit, he's back. Yes. Tommaso Ciampa returned from injury to stare down Adam Cole, who's holding his Goldie.
Yeah.
Do you like Tommaso Ciampa, and what do you think this match would be? Do you think this would be better than a Finn Balor Adam Cole match, or do you think it should be a triple threat?
Well, let me be totally honest, clear, transparency here. So after the match got over and it was over and Roddy was helping them celebrate in the ring, it was already like 10:07.
Yeah.
I kind of turned the TV off, thinking that would be it.
Oh, no.
Listening to the pod because I was cleaning up at work. So I started listening.
Oh, okay.
And my friend of mine, who I'm about to hang out with, like after this is over, I'm heading over to his crib. He texted me, "Yo, man, did you see Ciampa?" I said, "Fuck you mean Ciampa?" And he said, "Ciampa came out, bro." And I was like, "No." I instantly get online and I saw him coming out there just staring at the belt. And he's sending me memes like you fucking idiot. Like you Ciampa. Like he's like just dog shitting me.
Dude, that was the best part, man.
Oh,
that was awesome.
I am still pissed. I missed it live. I saw it though. So for that clip, like I love the way he just stared down Goldie and walked like in a circle, like around Adam Cole. And you saw where Adam Cole like shifted the title from one hand to another, put it on his shoulder, like his eyes never left the belt. And
it was awesome when Adam Cole was clapping for Undisputed and he heard the first two beats of Tommaso Ciampa's song.
Yeah.
The look on his face was like, oh fuck.
All the jubilation like just drained into his face. And I was like, yeah, like you, like when I saw it online, I was like, fucking Ciampa, you've got to be shitting me. I was like, I don't know if this is better than Finn Balor or the same level of Finn Balor. I was like, but I'm hyped for it. I'm here for it. So yeah, I don't know. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, you could have a Finn Balor versus Ciampa match to fight Adam Cole, because Ciampa's gonna give you that. I never really lost the belt. I had to give up the belt. So I'm still technically the champ. So I want my belt back. And Finn's gonna be like, well, I'm the longest reigning hot shot motherfucker around here. Can't nobody touch me. Well, I don't know if he'll say that, but that's what he is. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know if I really want it to be a triple threat.
It could be a botched finish if it is a triple threat, like a Baron Corbin finish where everyone does the work and he throws the other guy out of the ring and comes in. But
because that's what Ciampa would do. He would throw the guy.
Yeah,
that's how he won it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how he won it. So ref gets knocked out. Whatever. I mean, does Johnny try to throw his hat in the ring to make it a 4-way dance?
Yeah, that could work.
Like does Matt Riddle be like, yo, bro, he fucking hit me with the cast, bro. I know he didn't really beat me. Does he try to throw his hat?
You know what I could see happening at the next takeover, which I believe is Survivor Series weekend. Right. I bet they could make either a ladder match or an elimination match between Riddle, Cole, Ciampa, and Finn.
Oof. See if they do ladder match.
Badass.
do ladder matches, I kind of like that because that gives Undisputed Era leniency to cheat per se. To
Well,
come
plus it's your favorite gimmick match. See, I had to throw that in there for you.
appreciate you. And plus, let's not forget Adam Cole's first championship was
The
winning
North American Championship. Yep.
ladder match, so he's gonna pop that shit off.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I like either way. I like if we can get maybe two fights out of this before, and if you make that a triple threat, I wouldn't be mad at. Maybe like Riddle versus like Finn or Ciampa, and Gargano versus the other two, and then like do some stuff like that. I don't know. It's all good wrestling to me.
Well, you know what NXT successfully did this week is they got us hyped for next week.
Okay.
They got us hyped for the future of NXT. I love this show. I can say it now. I loved it better than AEW.
Okay.
The only problem I have, or not problem, I'd say, you know how WWE has SmackDown on Friday.
Right.
WWE has Raw on Monday.
Right.
NXT on Wednesday. Should NXT have a show name? Like, should it be like NXT Inferno or NXT Face Off or something?
It's like Monday Night Raw or Friday SmackDown on Fox. Yeah, maybe,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like I don't. Would you want them to throw the day of the week in there? Because like the other ones have the day of the week.
Or like Wednesday night NXT or something cool like that. I don't know. It's just a random thought I had.
Yeah, like NXT presents Wednesday night, on USA or something, or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I guess they don't have the same flow as the other two, but yeah. But then if you just go NXT and name the show, is it too much like AEW? Because it's AEW presents Dynamite, or AEW Dynamite on TNT. So yeah, I get it there because I feel like NXT because the takeovers have a name.
Yes.
Even if it's a city or even if it's something else, the takeovers have a name. Versus like the show needs a name. You just can't call it NXT. That's the brand.
Do you know everything that happened on AEW? Like, have you got it spoiled already, or do you not know anything?
The first hour I know what happens. The second hour I do not.
Okay, I won't spoil it for you. I can tell you though, the first hour included Pac versus Hangman Page.
Yeah. Oh, so
I
haven't watched it. Yeah, I'd like to watch that.
Oh, you haven't watched that?
No, I'd like to watch that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I know exactly. I know what happens. Like when Cody beat
Sammy Guevara
and Jericho came out and powerbombed and like pretty much just whooped his ass for like 10 minutes outside.
Pretty much, yeah, all through the commercial break.
Yeah, like I mean, you could have had a match there. You just have Jericho beating up Cody, so Cody's just out there for like 35 minutes. Like,
I gotta say, AEW had a more old school feel. Like they've been saying it felt like Nitro. It did. I have a couple gripes about it, but I'll keep it to myself because I want you to experience the full show for yourself and have your thoughts. But hey, man, thank you so much for spending this time on the Hangover.
No problem.
Do you have anything you want to plug or any shout outs you want to give?
Nothing I want to plug. Nothing I want to plug. Just shout out to you doing this because I like listening to them. It's something else to listen to. I mean, I love Still Real. Like, they make me laugh. Like, when I can talk about wrestling, if I'm not hanging out with my friends, I can at least listen to two idiots talk about wrestling. I think jokingly. But and I like the guys on Instagram, man. I like how we all interact on Wednesdays and just flood the page with complete ignorance. Like, I find it hilarious every week. I look forward to it.
It's the non-PC show that everybody loves.
Of course.
Well, thank you for being a guest. Thank you for being a part of the Still Real Army. And as always, all hail Linda's Bush. Thanks again to Julius_Caesar for being a great guest. My AEW thoughts. It was a great show. It was a great first episode. Pac versus Hangman Page, definitely match of the night. Very entertaining. A little bit of gripes, I guess, would be that the pyro they used for everybody who had pyro was all the same. It's kind of like when you make a character on WWE 2K and you give them the default entrance for everybody. The Nyla Rose and Riho match, Riho is just not believable to me. She looks like a little girl fighting her mom. I mean, it was an okay match. Nyla almost killing that Asian interview guy was kind of funny, but I mean, Omega, the Bucks, Jericho, and LAX was good. Moxley coming up behind Omega with that dramatic camera angle they did, that was pretty good. Jack Swagger, it's cool that he's back to professional wrestling. It's all good. Look, it's all professional wrestling. It's all entertaining. We're spoiled with all this great content we're getting. And as far as my vote goes, NXT all the way this week. NXT, they never fail. I love it. But shout out to fellow Steel Real After Party member Cynic_Chaos. Or, from now on, as he's known, Mr. 110%. If you want to hear him explain it, he was on Busted Open Radio Wednesday. Go ahead and check that out and find out why he is now known as Mr. 110%. Here are the plugs for the Steel Real After Party, the podcast, Instagram, at Steel Real to Us, at After Party Jake, at After Party Zenka. For Facebook, you just search Steel Real After Party. Hit that like button, and if you want to cover up your nips with some Steel Real merchandise, shop.spreadshirt.com/Steel Real After Party. And they now have an After Party Hangover shirt, which will be bought by me. And they have the dedicated to Mr. Tryon #WeGotOne shirt. Thank you all for listening, and until next week, all hail Linda's a Bush.